की जय। रदरमन बिहारी रदनैन बिहारी जो की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जो की जय। रद दामोदर रद श्याम सुंदर रद गोकुलानंद रदरमन जो की जय। कृष्ण बलराम महाराज की जय। नित्य दिवा प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यस्म भक्तिवेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। कृष्ण विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यस्म भक्ति जीवन जनार्दन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद भक्तिवेदांत मधुसूदन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितिल पृष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितिल पृष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद भक्तिवेदांत गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितिल पृष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद भक्तिवेदांत पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितिल पृष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद भक्ति कामल गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितिल पृष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय। पृष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद गौर गोविंद महाराज की जय। नितिल पृष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद भक्ति राक्षसीधर गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। कृष्ण विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। शिल गौर किशोर दास जी महाराज की जय। सच्चिदानंद शिल भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिल जगन्नाथ दास जी महाराज की जय। श्री गौड़ी वेदांत आचार्य शिल बलदेव विभूषण प्रभु की जय। शिल विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती पाद की जय। शिल नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभुत्राय की जय। शिल कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सद गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। स्वरूप दामोदर राय-रामानंद दी श्री गौर परिषद वृंद की जय। श्री राय-रामानंद शुभ तिरुभाव तिथि महोत्सव की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्यश्रीमद भक्ति श्री नवदीप मंडल की जय। विराज मंडल की जय। क्षेत्र मंडल की जय। त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। चार संप्रदाय चर 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 धाम की जय। प्रसेश्वरी क्रियेश्वरी वृंदावनेश्वरी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गुरुचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पवनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। आनन्दलीलमय विग्रहाय ममदीव च विसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसाप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। नित्यानन्द नमस्तुभ्यं प्रेमानन्दप्रदायिने कलोकल्मषनशाय जन्मपतये नमः। अजनुलम्बितभुजौ कनकवदातो सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरो कमलयताक्षो विश्वाम्बरो द्विजवरो जुगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो कनकजलदगात्रो नीलशोणाब्जनेत्रो मृगमदवरभालो मालती कुन्दमाला तरलतरुणवेशो नीलपीताम्बरेशो स्मरनिवृतनिकुञ्जे राधिका कृष्णचन्द्रो स्मरनिवृतनिकुञ्जे राधिका कृष्णचन्द्रो तवैवास्मि न जीवमि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे त्वं नयमं चरणान्तिके। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. First of all, my limited dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev. Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Astotra Satyashrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. All the Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, especially the lotus feet of Sri Raya-ramananda Prabhu. His disappearance day was celebrating today. Also my Shiksha Gurus and dear devotees and guests in London, England, Dandavat Pranam. So today is the proper day of disappearance of Sri Ramananda Rai, and we will be continuing discussing his glories. So as you remember, he is the incarnation of Vishaka in Gaura Lila, in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Raya-ramananda-samvad, in this famous conversation, famous all over the three worlds, he is taking shiksha. Krishna is taking instructions from Vishaka, from Krishna's beloved Srimati Radhika's very intimate, most intimate beloved. That is his Swarupa Shakti. And in the Murta form, in the revealed form, she is Srimati Radhika, the greatest of the damsels of Raj. Oh, what's your name there?
Jason.
Jason. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know about Krishna?
Yes.
Who is Krishna?
Krishna is the supreme.
Yes. And what does he do?
What does he do? Everything and anything.
Most importantly.
Most importantly, teach us love.
Okay, so this class will be for Jason. Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome, Jason. My name is Bhaktivedanta Sadhu Maharaj. So we're discussing very high topics today. What to do? So Jason came just in the middle of that.
Just in time.
So if by the end of this conversation your hairs will be standing on end, means you're fortunate, because this is so high subject. So Raya-ramananda is the incarnation of Vishaka in Gaura Lila, in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You know about Sri Chaitanya? Okay, very good. So, who is Sri Chaitanya? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. None other than Radha and Krishna. So Krishna in the role of Srimati Radhika. So we were hearing the sacred most conversation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sri Raya-ramananda from the very beginning. From the very beginning, Sri Chaitanya asked, so you see again, here Sri Chaitanya Prabhu is not the speaker, he is the listener. And the Lord himself is taking shiksha from very dear companion, very dear girlfriend of his beloved Srimati Radhika, that is Vishaka. So Raya-ramananda is his form in Sri Chaitanya Lila. In Sri Chaitanya Lila, so many exalted personalities came. First of all, Krishna and all of his associates, and then many devotees from all the parts of spiritual world, also some demigods from heavenly planets, so many came. So there are many categories of associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but basically there are three angas, upangas and parishads. So the angas, or the parts, the initial parts of the trunk of Sri Chaitanya is three, Nityananda and Advaita. Then upangas, or the secondary branches, sub-branches, are Srivasa Adi Gaura Bhaktivinoda, Srivas Thakur and so many others. And finally, most confidential associates, parishads. So who are they? There are 3.5. Have you heard that? 3.5. Yamuna, have you heard? It's very essential, 3.5. So Raya-ramananda is one of the 3.5. So Swarupa Damodara and Raya-ramananda are numbers 1 and 2. So Swarupa Damodara is incarnation of Lalita, Raya-ramananda incarnation of Vishaka. So yesterday we were hearing how they were helping Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was experiencing very deep transformations of love in Jagannath Puri. So they were those personalities who were able to quote appropriate verses so that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu subside his very deep bhavas, very deep emotions. And Raya-ramananda was one of them, and who are the 1.5 rest? They are Shikhi-mahiti and Madhavi, brother and sister. They are incarnations of Raga Lekha and Kalakeli, 2 gopis. And they were also able to serve Mahaprabhu quite closely. But only Raya-ramananda and Swarupa Damodara were able to enter the sacred room he was staying in Jagannath Puri, Gambhira. Gambhira means sacred, means remote, means deep, many meanings. So Raya-ramananda was one of those personalities Raya-ramananda was governor of Bengal, as we were, governor of Madras, as we were hearing last time, governor of Madras. So he was in South India by the river Godavari, and when Mahaprabhu took sannyas and shaved his wonderful long curly hair, he went to South India. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was very much requesting Mahaprabhu to go to the south of India to meet Raya-ramananda. There is very, very wonderful devotee. If you want to meet very, very deep and wonderful devotee, please come to the south of India and you meet Raya-ramananda. So that was the transcendental plan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was being carried out by Yoga Maya, by spiritual energy, very, very deep. So he went to South India formally to find his brother Vishwarup, who had taken sannyas, and his whereabouts were unknown. And in the middle of the journey, when Mahaprabhu heard that he had left his body, anyway, so actually the purpose was to meet Raya-ramananda, because Krishna had to meet Vishaka. Remember, Shaka means special branch. So if you can imagine that Radhika's love is like a huge tree, and one special branch is Vishaka. All the gopis are emanations of Srimati Radhika. Yes, we have beads, you have beads. There are 108 beads. So Krishna is the central bead, 109th. And 108 beads, those 108 gopis, most important gopis, or companions of the Lord, means damsels of Braja, we say, cowherd girls. So Radhika is the topmost of all. We will hear about that today. And she has 8 principal sakhis, or 8 principal companions, girlfriends: Lalita, Vishaka, Chitra, Champakalata, Rangadevi, Sudevi, Induleka and Tungavidya. 8. So one of them is Vishaka, that is Raya-ramananda in Krishna Lila, and Lalita is Swarupa Damodara. So those 2 very intimate servants were one of the 3.5. So very confidential. Also Gadadhara Pandit was very confidential. The 6 Goswamis. But today we are glorifying Raya-ramananda, so what else to say? Although he was governor of Bengal, he was very, very dear to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was not considering the birth and different material qualifications, different material considerations. He was considering only pure love. So amongst the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you can find so many other companions of different origins, if we take formally, but those non-Brahmanas were so many. Actually, Rupa and Sanatana were actually in Brahmana family, but they were working for Muslims, therefore they were not recognized in the Varnashrama system. Then Raya-ramananda was not of Muslim origin, but he was governor, and he was considered Shudra, low caste, by his servants. So, as you remember when we were discussing how they met on the first evening, then we were mentioning how Mahaprabhu embraced, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Raya-ramananda, and the Brahmanas who were observing that were so much not only surprised but really disturbed by that. How come this shining sannyasi is embracing a Shudra? So they are looking only external dressing, background and all those external qualifications. But Mahaprabhu was not at all considering that fault. So the main thing is devotion which is in the heart. The main thing is love for Krishna. So Kibavipra Kibanyasi, that verse was quoted. Kibavipra Kibanyasi Shudra Kibanoy Hey Krishna Tattvavita Say Guru Hoy. One can be a Shudra, one is not a Shudra. Whether one is a Shudra, whether one is a sannyasi, a Brahmana, or even an outcast, if one knows Krishna Tattva or truth of Krishna, one is Guru. Diksha, Shiksha doesn't matter. Formal initiation or just instructions, it doesn't really matter. If one knows Krishna, one is Guru. So that is the principle. So I want to remember something about Raya-ramananda Prabhu and his glorious life. So not very much known really, but sometimes we visit his village, his family village in Orissa, not far from Alalanath, that is not far from Jagannath Puri. You know Jagannath Puri? Jagannath? Yes, Jagannath, Krishna with big eyes. Jagannath, Baladeva and Subhadra. So in Jagannath Puri, these forms of Jagannath there, let's put there. And not far from Jagannath Puri there's a village where Raya-ramananda was there. Raya-ramananda was such a high devotee. I will tell you one story now, you will just open your eyes wide, guaranteed. Okay, so if you're sleepy, you're guaranteed to wake up again. No one is sleeping. I think you took sufficient rest, as well as the lecturer, so we're fresh. Today is very, how to say, very humble, intimate circle, but also I have to do some adaptation. But anyway, it's all work. So Raya-ramananda was such a high devotee that he was very rasika, means immersed in rasa, in the ecstatic relationships with the Supreme. And he wrote one drama, Jagannath Vallabha Nataka. He wrote one drama. And in Jagannath Puri, there are some dancing girls at the temple. They're called Devadasis. So they never get married. They remain celibate all their life, and they dance for the Lord and sing. They're so much trained, well trained in that. Once Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard one Devadasi singing Gita Govinda by Jayadeva Goswami, very high poetry, and all of a sudden he ran and he wanted to embrace the singer. He did, like, at that level you don't understand, it was male, female, all those things. So he just wanted to embrace, he didn't see anything, didn't think of anything, but just he was captivated by that singing and he wanted to embrace the singer. But Govinda, his servant, was stopping Mahaprabhu and he was shouting, Stri, Stri! Stri means lady. Don't touch your sannyasi. Stri. Oh, you have saved me. No, thank you, you have saved me. So thanked Govinda. And on another occasion, Pradyumna Brahmachari, one devotee, came to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he asked, oh, I want to hear Krishna Katha, narrations of Krishna from you. Oh, you should go to Raya-ramananda. Mahaprabhu directed him. Oh, where is he? Oh, he's in Jagannath Vallabha Gardens, not Jagannath Vallabha Gardens. And I think the name of those gardens are after the drama of Raya-ramananda. He wrote the drama Jagannath Vallabha Nataka. Those Jagannath Vallabha Gardens, he was having rehearsals. So, oh, what's he doing? He is training Devadasis. He's training the dancing girls. So, those dancing girls of very high level of consciousness, as well as Raya-ramananda, obviously. So, like, if you want to offer something to the deity, you want to wash it first. You should wash it, like apples and, you know, some fruits, whatever. Even when it's packed from the shop, you wash it, like butter, etc. So, Raya-ramananda was washing the bodies of the dancing girls, of the Devadasis, with his own hands. And he was teaching them the movements, how to play in the drama, you know, how to sing, how to play. So he was not considering at all, already, male, female. He's eternal companion of Srimati Radhika, Vishaka. So Vishaka is training some young gopis how to dance for Krishna, for Radha and Krishna. So he was engaged in that. And when Pradyumna Brahmachari, you know, real Brahmachari, strict, came to that place, he was told, what's he doing? Oh, he's training dancing girls, he's training Devadasis. So Pradyumna Brahmachari became very disturbed. How come? Such a renounced person in Devadasis. So he was a bit disturbed, but he went to Mahaprabhu, then Mahaprabhu sent him back. You come back to Raya-ramananda and hear Harikatha from him. So finally he came and he heard Harikatha from Raya-ramananda. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent Pradyumna Brahmachari to hear Harikatha from Raya-ramananda, but himself is eagerly hearing all this conversation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is hearing, asking questions and hearing. Understand? What Krishna, like our Gurudev was speaking one Harikatha, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, our Gurudev, and he said, the name of that Harikatha is What Krishna Doesn't Know. Remember. So the subject of the Harikatha is what even Krishna doesn't know, you see. So today we're listening about that, what Krishna did not know before he heard from Raya-ramananda. Imagine how sacred this is. It's very good, like once someone asked my Gurudev something about Raghunath Das Goswami's poetry, Vilapa Kusumanjali, etc. And Gurudev, considering the level of that person also, he said, oh, it's very good that in this lifetime you hear the name of Raghunath Das Goswami. That's your fortune. If you hear the name, so if you hear Raya-ramananda's name, it's your fortune, you know, what to speak of his heart, what's inside. So I want to just remind that verse we were hearing on the very first evening, and those devotees, none of those devotees who were present the first evening are now here, and none of those devotees, and vice versa, so I have to repeat. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the ocean of rasa, and also his ocean of bhakti siddhanta, his ocean of philosophical principles of bhakti. Siddhanta means final conclusion. Siddha means ultimate conclusion, perfection, and anta means final. So he's the ocean of bhakti siddhanta, he's the ocean of rasa, devotional taste. You see, we have some taste. You have come, you are hearing, I'm so happy that Jason has come and he's listening. So it means some taste is there. That's the result of the sukritis from the past. Most probably all of us were having something in common with Vedic line, not ordinary religion, you know, but Vedic specifically line. It means we're interested in hearing about Krishna specifically, you see, not abstract, you know, type of God who is, where is he, who is he, nobody knows. When you ask something, shh, don't speak, like this. In that, not in that kind of religion, no. In Vedic line, Vedic means God and his science described thoroughly and in great detail. So that's why we're lucky people. I'm so happy, you know, to be in your association, really, because I don't consider myself like high, no, equal, like your souls. I remember myself being like you 25 years ago, 30 years ago, 1980. 7, 8, like this, you know, like that. 30 years ago. 30 years ago. I remember when my first round of Hare Krishna, it was awful. It lasted for 20 minutes. But it was like you know, that old record. It was funny. So we have some taste, my point to say. We have some taste because some sukritis were done. We were hearing something about Krishna before, we were serving holy people, we were doing something long ago, and it's recorded. And those ticks are there eternally, whatever, you know, we can undergo, we can be geniuses, we can be criminals, we can be anything, demigods, ants, you know, whatever form we can accept. So we've undergone all possible species of life, and now in human form of life. Now we're doing our dharma, means our prescribed duties. What we're doing now, any other living entity cannot do, only human. Only human. Even demigods, they're standing in line to join the assembly of hearers of Harikatha and the servers of Harikatha. You know? This Harikatha is so holy. Everyone who is coming, you know, if you brought something, if you're serving for Thakuraji, if you're bringing something for Harikatha, like very tasty fruits, Jay brought yesterday, etc., etc., etc. So that's, you know, then anything is worshipable. The person, the subject, you know, the process, everything. It's highest category, like highest category, highest possible. Therefore, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, what did he say? We know Krishna's everything. We know his address. We know his perfect whereabouts. What is he? What is he doing? All the religions are like, if they're coming to that, it's mystics are getting some smell, and it's not spoken for general masses. Not spoken. It's behind seven. What's it called? Seven
Doors.
We have the seven stamps, as we say in Russian anyway. So behind seven stamps, seals. So sealed, 7 times sealed. You know, secret of all secrets, confidential. And you have Bhagavad Gita, most confidential knowledge, right? Most confidential. 9th chapter, 18th chapter, super most confidential. Rahasya, most confidential. You know, what's it called? There are levels. And, you know, Bhagavad Gita is just introductory literature, just introduction. That's very, very good introduction, deep, thorough introduction. But today we're discussing like the subject matter of postgraduate study. Postgraduate, like myself, like I'm taking the role of professor today, Professor Sadhu. but like certain levels, like my red lamp is on. I was okay, take it easy now. Like you're on the theoretical here, so anyway, I'll have to speak. I have to, you know, in certain areas many areas I'm saying, okay, my pranams to this subject, but I'm not proficient, but I can just reproduce, I can repeat like a parrot, you know. So that's more or less what we're discussing today. So, yes, so Mahaprabhu sent Pradyumna Brahmachari to hear from Raya-ramananda, and himself he was hearing very eagerly, and the more he was hearing, the more ecstatic he was becoming. See, this is called Harikatha. When you come to general Krishna consciousness, you know, general Sangha, you may not hear, most probably you will never hear, this is rare most, what you can hear today. You can hear something, biography of Raya-ramananda, this is some, how to say it, surface, something on the surface, but what Sadguru can give regarding this. Therefore our Gurudev was saying, come with me to the bank of the Godavari river. Come with me to Vrindavan. Gurudev was saying, that was amazing, we were shocked, I remember. And all those devotees who have potential to go to Vrindavan, the arrow, okay, to Vrindavan, the highest planet, okay, I can reach it now, the highest planet, you see, by Hare Krishna Mahamantra. See this line, this is the line of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So the direct lift which takes you there to the 108th floor, the highest floor, Goloka 108, Ki Jai. Okay, so those devotees, they were so much captivated by that Harikatha. I remember I was like teaching English privately, like in Lithuania, but still before all this, 17 years ago, and going on buses, trolley buses, and then Gurudev had spoken the day before, something in Hawaii or Houston or somewhere in his world tour, and we were reading those typed Harikatha, you know, Gurudev, these very things about Raya-ramananda, etc., in trolley buses, you know. So I was shocked, and it was so amazing. It was just burning you out, and Gurudev was saying, "Come with me to Godavari," you know, like this. Come with me, all of you should come with me, like this. He was saying, "I want to put all of your hearts into my pockets." He was saying, he was practically doing this. It's not like figure of speech, you know. This was. Everybody was crying like young babies. Everybody was grown-up devotees spending like dozens of years in Krishna consciousness, especially post-Soviet, you know, those who were in jails, those who were, you know, persecuted, etc., etc. Crying like small babies. So that is, you know, that is my Gurudev. And he gave us Raya-ramananda. So today I'm glorifying him also, because he gave Raya-ramananda-samvad, this heart of it, and I was so happy. I had a chance to speak for Gurudev also on stage his last years, 9, 10, 2 last years, especially 9, that summer. Gurudev was still doing everything, 10 already very weak. Anyway, so so that was the personality of Sri Raya-ramananda, but basically He's very well known for this conversation because what he spoke, this is his Harikatha, which is well known for the world. So we're getting back to that. The first evening we were hearing how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked many questions about what is the process and what is the goal. So sadhana and sadhya in Sanskrit. Sadhana means process. What we're doing means sadhana. It's a yogic term also. And sadhya means goal. So our goal is what? Krishna prema, or pure love for Krishna. So, but there are steps towards that. Not immediately Raya-ramananda said that it was Krishna prema. He said, oh, first this is Varnashrama, the system of 4 social groups and the 4 spiritual groups. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras, social groups, and Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, 4 spiritual groups. So this is like a model, upon which the great building of rasa, of pure love for the Supreme, is built. So first of all we have to, be firmly established in that Varnashrama. So Gurudev was saying, if you are married, don't divorce. If you are not married, don't marry. He was strict. Why? Because Gurudev was, beating to the 10. Because Rupa Goswami was not married, so he was like inducing everyone not to get married. That's it. But if somebody is married, okay, if you cannot, okay, then marry. But most often Gurudev was saying that to everyone. Gurudev was saying, boys, very good. Girls, very good. Boys and girls together, not very good. Like direct, okay, direct statement, very good. But this is like a foundation of everything. Varnashrama. Then second level, Raya-ramananda, answering Mahaprabhu's questions, said about what's that? Karmarpana. Dedicating the results of your work to the Supreme. Basically karma yoga, what Krishna is saying. Karma means activity. So if you're an artist, you paint for Krishna. If you're a musician, you play for Krishna. If you're a builder, you're building a temple, etc., etc. If you like to speak, oh, very good, you can preach, etc. So according to your abilities, that is called karma yoga. So the results don't belong to us. Mahaprabhu said, that is very good, but that is external. Continue. Then Raya-ramananda said, oh, the next stage is Atma Samarpana. Atma Samarpana means dedicating yourself to the Supreme. So today we sang that song, what's that called? Atma Nivedana. So Atma Nivedana is just about that. You take your soul and you offer to the Supreme. And also rejecting the Swadharma Tyaga. Swadharma Tyaga means rejecting your duties, material duties for Krishna. So this is very high. This is called Sharanagati, or surrendering to the Supreme. So that's what Arjuna did at the end of Bhagavad Gita. And it is not bhakti yet, that is very high. Krishna is saying, Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papadyo mokshayashyami mashuchaha. So surrender unto me, leave all the other dharmas, means responsibilities, and surrender unto me, I will take care of the results of your sinful reactions. Ordinarily we think, oh, if I surrender to the Supreme, what will I do with my family, my job, my this, so many responsibilities? And Krishna is saying to Arjuna, okay, just do what I tell you to do, and I will take care of the rest. So that is easy. But a person may think, oh, I have so many karmic reactions, oh, the Lord will take care of them, and I will be happy. So it's like a business also, not completely bhakti. So therefore Mahaprabhu said that external. Continue. Oh, then Raya-ramananda said Mishra Bhakti, mixed devotion. Karma Mishra mixed with material results. Mahaprabhu Mahaprabhu said that's external. Then Jnana Mishra mixed with the desire for knowledge. both empirical and knowledge of impersonal aspect. Mahaprabhu said that's external, continue. Then prema bhakti, or pure devotion. Jnana shunya. Jnana shunya bhakti. Jnana shunya bhakti means bhakti free from desire for that knowledge. Then Mahaprabhu said, first time he said, ahoy, that is good, but continue. Then Raya-ramananda said, prema bhakti means pure devotion. Oh, that's very good, Mahaprabhu said. So from this point we started yesterday, remember? And we were coming through all the moods of that pure devotion according to the 5 rasas. Have you heard about rasa? Rasa means the relationship with the Supreme. Rasa means, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada used that English word, mellow. Means very deep taste. There are some drinks in the West, in the East, sharbat, and some black salt, some sugar, obviously, some camphor, some lemon. Very, very nice mellow is there, taste. So in each and every case, person to person, soul to soul, the mellow is different. So rasa may be different. Or rasa may be the same in general, but particularities can differ. So we can serve in Krishna's pastimes in different groups. Why do certain people come to one guru, another group of people come to another guru? Both are sat, both are wonderful personalities, but somehow to different groups we're coming. Because our tendency within our heart is leading us there naturally, like a magnet. So that particular, like in I don't know, some kind of game, that particular color, attracts the same color naturally. So not a magnet, but color-wise, it's attractive, that particular shade. So in that way, we are coming to that spiritual family, not to that spiritual family. And also depends on the level of our development at that moment. Like, we're not qualified for Sadguru, for pure spiritual master. Like, I was 10 years without Sadguru, really. 10 years I was waiting. I had no guru. So when I received his mercy, then I noticed, oh my God, I couldn't really believe that this thing is working this way. I was chanting Hare Krishna, and more or less you know what is Hare Krishna about. But then, when Guru gave you Hare Krishna Mahamantra, gave me Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then I could feel. So that is called taste, or rasa. So as we progress towards the realization of our spiritual form, Swarupa, then we are getting closer and closer to what is called Sthayi Bhava. Remember, Sthayi Bhava? What's the definition of Sthayi Bhava? How can you say in English? Constant. Sthayi means constant.
Feelings, experiences of high, constant emotions, but feelings.
Yes, but if we limit it to 2 words, how do you say?
Constant bliss.
Yes, constant ecstasy. Better to say constant spiritual bliss, like this. So, if you're firmly established in your rasa, in your type of relationship with the Supreme, then it is called Sthayi Bhava. So therefore you are undisturbed by anything else. Nothing else really matters, because you are with your Krishna in the form, in the shape. He is demos to you. So he is your Ishtadev. He is your worshipable Lord. Ishtadev. Okay? So the more you hear those terms, the more you remember. No need to record. If you like, you can, but you can hear and hear and hear. In the ancient times, there were no books. People were hearing very nicely and then remembering. So this is also, the more you hear, the more you learn. So so that is rasa, and that is Sthayi Bhava, or constant ecstasy, right? Constant spiritual bliss. And there are 5 rasas which are primary, and 7 rasas which are secondary, and all of them are expressed in full in Vrindavan, the highest abode of Krishna, and many other abodes. This is Ayodhya, abode of Lord Ram. These are Vaikuntha Lokas, the abode of Lord Narayana. This is multifarious incarnations like Varaha, Vamana, and Nrisimha, etc. Matsya, Kurma, etc. Nrisimha is there also. Vaikuntha, yes. You know. So, we are mostly those who are in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami, who are mostly belonging to Vrindavan Vraj. So that is the highest place in spiritual world. And the 12 rasas are manifested there in full. So we were discussing that yesterday a little bit, so we're just, making a synopsis of what we heard before. And the first rasa is neutral, remember, Shanta rasa. So that is not actually bhakti proper. That is mostly like yoga, meditation, dhyana, that's it. Jnana also, knowledge of Brahman,
Yes.
Yes. So you know that he is eternal, you know that he is blissful also, there's a term Brahmananda. But Brahmananda cannot touch the personal features of the Lord, and it's like, in comparison with that ocean, that great ocean, that's just one little tiny drop. And next is Dasya Rasa. Dasya Rasa means a relationship in servitude. So you're a servant, and he is the master. Well, it's quite understood, It's quite elementary. So, first of all, you have to know that you're Krishna Das. Jivara Swarupa Hoy, Nitya Krishna Das, Jivara Krishna Ratatasta Shakti, Beda Prakash. So, the constitutional position of the Jiva, Jiva, soul, is that of Krishna Dasu, servant of Krishna, obviously. So that's innate. It's like, it's a basis for the development of any other, actually, bhava. Yeah, so we quoted yesterday that song Radha Krishna Pranamar, that Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasara Dasa Seva Bilasa Kore Narottama Dasa. So Narottam Das Thakur is willing to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like a servant. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that Krishna who is very easy to serve. Also, he is so merciful. He is not taking any faults in consideration. He is so much forgiving. Gaura and Nityananda. You must have heard about them. Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda, right? So Sri Chaitanya is Radha and Krishna together. That is the highest definition. And also he is in the form of a devotee. That is like more external, means orientated. External means orientated towards the jivas, towards us, so that we can relate to him and we can serve him. So start from that. First Nityananda, that's spiritual master, guru. Then Nityananda takes you to Lord Chaitanya. Nityananda was going and knocking at every door and asking everyone, oh please, please, say Krishna one time. Say Gaura one time, and I'll be yours. So then he was taking people to Gaura, to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through his Leela you go to Radha and Krishna Leela. So in this line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the followers, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they received two Swarupas simultaneously. In Krishna Leela and Gaura Leela. Understand? Krishna Leela, that's Krishna's pastimes. Gaura Leela, Gauranga's pastimes. Everybody knows Gauranga, what I think his name. Gauranga, remember. So, yes. But through Gauranga Lila, through pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we get ready to enter Krishna's pastimes also. And we will achieve perfection, then according to our liking, to a tendency, we will be engaged more in certain type of relationship, either with Radha and Krishna and Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is so amazing because he is both Radha and Krishna, you see. He's Krishna in the role of Radha. He's Krishna covered by her bhava and kanti, her mood and her complexion. That's most important. Therefore, at the highest level of Raya-ramananda-samvad, which we may hear if we concentrate tomorrow and day after, we can just hear about that and we can pray so that we can sometimes achieve that realization, because the topmost subjects of Raya-ramananda is complete spiritual madness, which goes far, far above of all, how to say, traditional topics we can normally hear. That's very, very, very high, very high. But yes, so right now we're discussing the rasas. So then that's dasya, yeah? That's service. Then sakya. Sakya is the rasa of friendly relationships. Friendly relationships are very much relishable because first of all, they're amongst equals. So the world's religions are silent because they cannot say anything about the equality with the Supreme. Cannot say. Some hints are there. Jesus was saying to someone that he will be standing on my right side or something, figuratively, you know. Or Yadvarpa was telling me that in Quran there are phrases that you will see Allah face to face like this. So what is that face to face? What is the equality they are not saying? But here you see, very, very directly, Sakya Rasa, friendship with Krishna. See? In many abodes, this mood is covered by some rules and regulations, some what is called Maryada, etiquette. So Arjuna was very close to Krishna, but he was never as close as Subal Shridam. Boys, coward boys. Have you heard a little bit about Krishna and his friends? And you heard, okay, how happily they're sitting in pasturing grounds, and they're sharing the breakfast from the baskets mothers had given them, and they sneak some tasty things from each other, especially Madhu Mangal. We didn't mention him. He's the great sweet lover of sweets, especially laddu. If you give Madhu Mangal a laddu, he'll do anything for you. And vice versa. Anything to you he can do for you so that you receive that laddu. And if you're not going to give laddu, then he's Brahmana, you know, he can roll his Brahmana thread around his finger, curse you. He's threatening you. I'll curse you if you don't give me laddu. Like this. Yes, I'm a Brahmana, you have to give me laddu. Why not? They're all Vaishyas, you know. So very, very funny relationship. Once Krishna and Balaram were wrestling. No, Krishna and I think Sridham it was. Krishna and Sridham were wrestling, and Krishna was defeated. It was obvious because he was on his back, you know, and his nose was up. And Sridham was victorious, and he was so much happy and was saying, "Oh, I've won. I've defeated you." No, it's I've defeated you. Why? Because my nose is up and your nose is down. So Krishna is so crooked, he'll cheat anyone, etc., etc. So on another occasion, great yogi mystic, Durvasa Muni, great, very, very well known. You can find so many stories about Durvas. You can ask any devotee, like any Indian man even, Durvas, everybody knows. Oh, we know Durvas. Yes, Durvasa Muni. There's Durvas Ashram on the opposite side of Yamuna in Mathura, across from Mathura. So the Gurudev built a temple there. So once he was in Vraj and he was meditating, and he was stunned because he saw Krishna. He saw Krishna, and who that? Again, that was Sridham, I think. Well, anyway, Krishna was wrestling with this coward boy, and they were arguing who had won. I have won. No, I have won. No, you're cheating me. I have won. Let's ask this Baba. Hey, Baba, who has won? Have you been observing us? Can you tell? Can you judge, you know? Who has won? And Durvasa is like his Shanta, you know? He knows this is the Supreme Lord who is completed in himself, has nothing to do, all of his desires are fulfilled, you know? Equal vision, you know? And these two boys are playing, so he's totally, lost. What's going on? This is the Supreme Brahman. I'm meditating upon, and he's like this, like a cowherd boy. So he's just stunned, cannot say anything. Baba, Baba, are you deaf? You cannot hear us, you know. And they're starting, they're saying, pinching him by the beard. Baba, I'm telling you, Hare bogus Baba, let's go. like this. Yeah, this is Sakya Rasa, you know. Everything is very Indian city, direct. Direct. Like this. It's very, very funny. Etc. So many stories like this. So many stories. Okay, so this is Sakya Rasa. And then Vatsalya. Vatsalya means parental relationship. So friends are equal, that's true, but friends, they don't have one thing. They don't have that sense of support, that sense of maintenance. So they're not maintaining Krishna in the same way as Nanda and Yashoda. So Nanda and Yashoda are calling him little boy. They're calling him as Lala. Lala means little boy, baby. Right. So once Nanda Baba organized a meeting amongst the senior cowherd men in Nanda Baitak. Baitak means place for sitting. So time after time we were meeting in Nanda Baitak, and they were discussing the happiness of Krishna, how to make Krishna more happy mostly, and how to make the land of Raj more happy. So prosperity, etc., etc. So this is called Krishna Katha again. So they were engaging in Hari Katha, discussion about Krishna, and the older, cowherd men, Gopas, the Gopas and the Gopis. Goloka it's called because the planet of Gopas and the Gopis. And Go means cow also, and the cows. So that's why it's Goloka. And the Gopas were discussing the happiness of Krishna, and the companions of Nanda were saying to him, Nanda, we're thinking that Krishna is not at all ordinary personality. We can share our, thoughts with you. We think he's a mighty personality, not at all human. He must be a powerful demigod. Why do you think like that? Because he had performed so many human, superhuman pastimes. He had lifted Giriraj Govardhan. Remember Krishna lifting Govardhan? You heard. Like yourself. Good. Thank you. Good. I'm so happy. I can speak more. Right. Jason. Bhakta Jason. Kijay. Okay, so he had lifted Govardhan. Right? So that's superhuman. He had killed chastised Kaliya. He had killed Putana. Remember? Demoness, the first one who came. Krishna killed her. You must have watched also what's that? Little Krishna. Yes. That's good children. Right. I can speak something more. Right. So then he had chastised Bakasura, the crane demon that killed Bakasura, killed Agasura, the snake demon, and so many. Keshi demon was the last one, the horse demon. Krishna killed. And Kaliya, the snake, he didn't kill, but he drove away from Vrindavan. So Kaliya, the underwater waves, ran away back to, what's it called? Ramantadvip means Fiji.
Fiji?
It's Fiji, yes. Fiji, so many snake cults. And since then. So so many demons he killed. So he must be a superhuman personality. And we also think that Lord Narayan is acting through him somehow, because superhuman, huge demons. Even Putana, he was he came in the guise of wonderful lady, but she had to accept her initial form of a witch. 15 kilometers long, and she collapsed, and her two breasts were just like two hillocks, between which Krishna was playing. So Mother Yashoda. But Mother Yashoda never thinks like that. And Nanda also never thinks like that. So Nanda, when he heard that, he started laughing. There's a tradition of Raj. There's a tradition of Raj when a guide takes an excursion, like a pilgrimage group of pilgrims to places in Vrindavan, all of a sudden they start laughing. And now you say, ha ha ha, so they say, ha 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 ha, everyone. You know what? Well, you know what they're laughing at? They're laughing at the conception that Krishna is God. That's what they're laughing at. Really. That laughter is filling Vraj throughout. Because they don't accept, like, what? Krishna is God? So Nanda Baba started laughing. There is a saying that cowherd men become wise only at the age of 80. And you have still no grey hair. You know, your hair is not grey completely because, you know, you're saying such silly things, you know. How could respectable persons can say such things, you know? Don't you know Lord Narayan? Here he is. See Darshan on the altar? You know, he's God. He has 4 hands, you know, he's a disc, you know, lotus, etc. Those things. And this, you know, Krishna, I saw Krishna from the very beginning, from his birth. He's dirty, first of all, playing in mud, playing in cow dung, you know, he's stealing butter. Have you heard Lord Narayan stealing butter? Mother Yashoda was tying him down to the grinding mortar. Yesterday we heard this. Yes. Have you heard Lord Narayan being bound by his mother? Oh my God, Catholic cross. No. No, not possible. Why? Because Lord Narayan is Aja, unborn. No, Lord Narayan is unborn. And Krishna was born. Nanda is the witness. You know, Krishna was born from Yashoda's womb. We're the witnesses, you know. So what are you talking about? What Narayan acting through me? What? Isn't Lord Narayan stealing? He's always stealing butter. Now he's caught red-handed, then he's cheating. Is Lord Narayan cheating? He's cheating. Oh, monkeys, they just wave their hands and therefore butter is on my face. You know, is it Narayan? That is not serious. As we say in Russian, не серьезно. It's not serious at all. Не серьезно, not at all serious. So, what are you talking about? So, I couldn't believe. And then, Yashoda Maya, the mother of Krishna. I'm adding some pastimes to what we heard yesterday. Yesterday I was a bit tired today. Okay. So yeah, Yashoda Ma, Mother Yashoda, once some cowherd boys came to her to complain. Krishna was eating dirt of Yamuna. Yamuna, so much, what's it, clay? You know? Krishna was eating dirt. The Mother Yashoda came and saw that Krishna was eating dirt. They say, hey, open your mouth, show me. And Krishna opened his mouth. And Mother Yashoda saw all the, you know, that all cosmic manifestation, all the planets, not only all the planets. The planets, like modern scientists think, what are the planets? There's some dust, you know. We can send our moonwalker there and find it's dust. Come on. Every planet has a deity, you know. Has an actual deity. So Mother Yashoda saw all those deities of the planets. The presiding deities of all the directions. The presiding deities of, you know, all the seasons, all the reasons, you know, anything. All millions of ears and tongues, and like Krishna in, you know, Virat Rupa, that cosmic manifestation, Bhagavad Gita he saw also. Yeah, so Mother Yashoda was saying, and you know, did he believe? Certainly not. Certainly not. Oh, I'm possessed by some evil ghost. What's going on? And she saw herself sitting on the bank of Yamuna and looking in Krishna's mouth. So she saw herself. She saw herself from the side, looking into Krishna's mouth. And from Krishna's, like, the picture was complete. You know, so she was, what's this? No, some ghosts have attacked me. No, Brahmanas, please come. The Brahmanas came, chant some mantras. They chanted some mantras and they prepared the mixture of cow dung and urine, the very purifying, you know. There's one Panchagavya, the 5 cow products together, very purifying. So they applied Krishna's body with that mixture and uttered all relevant auspicious mantras. So as a result, Yashoda was pacified. Like this. And on another occasion, cowherd boys, that's in Brahmanda Ghat, where Yashoda saw the universe. Brahmanda means universe. So on another occasion, Yashoda was approached by cowherd boys, and Krishna came crying to Mother Yashoda. Oh, Maya, Maya. No, Supreme Personality of God crying. This Maya, to his mother. The boys are teasing me. The boys are saying I'm not your son. I'm not your son because I'm black. They're teasing me black. You're black. And Mother Yashoda is fair complexion. Where have you come from, the blackie? You know, your mommy and daddy are fair complexion. Why are you black?
That's the milkman.
You must have been a what's the word? You must have been some orphan found by your parents and left in a hollow of a tree. Found by left in the hollow of a tree, and mom and dad, they found you there. So the boys worked upon Krishna in that direction. So Krishna was fully frustrated. He came to mother and Maya, they're teasing me. They say I'm not your son. Why am I black? I swear, in the name of Lord Narayan, before the deity, you are my son, you have come from my womb. So, and Krishna satisfied. Like this, and Damodara Lila were expressed, we described yesterday how Mother Yashoda is so much affectionate, even more than Nanda actually. But Mother Yashoda, remember, she tied Krishna to the grinding mortar, then Nanda Baba was the only one who was able to untie Krishna. So, because the knot was tied in Vatsalya, Prema, means in the relationship of parents and son, and also had to be untied in that same Prema. So, the next one, and we're discussing that today, is Kanta Prema, or the Prema of the beloveds, that is Vraja Gopis, that is sweet most. And I'm praying, I'm very unqualified, but that's the highest, and we have to discuss. So remember also yesterday we were mentioning the types of rasas and the qualities of each rasa. So when material world is manifested, then material elements, they manifest one after another in a sequence. So first ether comes. Ether is the subtlemost element. And it has one quality, which the sound. So radio waves have the sound in the ether. Then air comes. The air has touch. Yeah, so one quality plus. And also certainly sound is there and touch. So two. Then next one is fire. Fire has one special quality, form. So it has the sound, it has the touch, and it has the form. So next one is what? Water. Water has what? Taste. And the last one is what? Earth. And the earth has one special quality, which is smell. So, and certainly the fourth previous ones. So, in that same way, each rasa has one quality. So the first one is neutrality, Shanta rasa. Shanta means neutral. So yogis, they think, oh, he is eternal. And that's true. And they have faith in that eternal. So Nishtha, or firm faith, is the quality of Shanta rasa. And then proper rasas, so to say, bhakti rasas start from dasya, that is servitude. So the servitude or dasya has one quality, which is mamata, the sense of possessiveness. Remember that? Do you remember? Okay. So the quality of Shanta was what?
Neutral.
No.
Faith.
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 Faith means nishtha, right? So the quality of dasya is mamata, sense of possessiveness, right? So towards the impersonal absolute, you cannot develop possessiveness because it's impersonal. So only faith. Right? But Krishna is person, and if Lord Narayan, for example, Krishna is Lord Narayan, so you serve Narayan with faith and with mamata. He is my Lord, personal. Right? So this is feature of what? Dasya, or servitude. Right? So okay, go higher. Lord Ram has more rasas. Also, he has friendly rasa, Sakya, as Krishna does, but Krishna, we just heard, so amazingly close relationship, and Arjuna is from Dwaraka, so he's not from Vrindavan. So therefore he's friendly with Krishna, but some maryada is there. Arjuna cannot jump on Krishna's shoulders and ride him as a horse. But Subal quite eagerly would do that. The Supreme Lord. So therefore the quality of Sakya is what? Closeness. Oh, equality. I forget the Sanskrit, but equal, right? Also, Sakya, or friendship, has the features of the two previous rasas, which are faith,
ownership,
and ownership, the sense of possessiveness, ownership, mamata, right? So the third one is equality, equal. You cannot be equal with impersonal Brahman, and if you're a servant, you never can be equal to your master. So the great step ahead is the sense of equality. See, with the Lord, how can you develop that relationship? Then the next one is the parental love. And parental love has one feature, remember what? In Sanskrit it's called palana. Palana means
looking after,
support. Yeah, so we are supporting Krishna. If not for us, Krishna will die. That's the feeling Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba have. So certainly the previous features are present: Nishta, faith, then equality. Mamata, possessiveness, equality, and special feature is support. Yeah. And number 5 is Madhurya. So Madhurya has one special feature, that is the heroine or the beloved of Krishna, highest of whom is Radharani. Serving Krishna with all parts of their body, giving all of themselves to Krishna. So certainly they have faith, certainly they have a sense of equality, certainly they have the sense of other possessiveness, equality, and support. Yeah, they're supporting Krishna. Yes, the gopis. The life and soul of Krishna. If not for the gopis, Krishna cannot live. Oh, we're touching something really, 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 really high. Really high. So, please bear with us. Now, about half an hour, we'll discuss most amazing things. And I will reserve that for tomorrow, because tomorrow some senior devotees will come. So, today we'll touch something and tomorrow we'll grasp it.
Tomorrow you're going to do it in the evening?
Tomorrow evening. And after tomorrow morning, 2 last classes. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning we can some informal talk.
I've worked, but I'm sure we have to make
Okay, no problem. So now, please listen. Finally, we're starting the class. Now we have to start today's. So far, we're repeating the previous material. Prabhu kahe eho uttam agya kahayar raga kahe kanta bhavad prema sadyasa. Mahaprabhu said, this Vatsalya, or this prema of parental love is topmost, but please speak something more. So Ramananda Raya replied, Kanta prema, or the pure love of the beloveds of Krishna, is the essence of all perfection. Kanta prema. So Raya-ramananda quotes one verse, very wonderful verse. Nayam Shriyanga Unitantarate Prasada Svaryoshitam Nalinaganda Rucham Kutonya Rasotsavesya Bhujagdanda Grinita Kanta Labhashisham Ya Udagad Vrajasundari. So when Krishna was dancing with the gopis in the Rasa dance festival, the gopis were like vines. Krishna is like the tamal tree. You can see so many dark, wonderful trees just across the street in the forest. So in the same way in Vrindavan, there are dark tamal trees, and the gopis are like golden vines, circumambulating. How to say, what's the word? Wrapping around tamal tree. So his vine-like arms, yes, and he fulfilled all of their desires. The mercy that was given to them by Bhagavan, by Krishna, was not even received by the most loving Lakshmi, who is eternally present on the chest of Bhagavan, of Narayana. That mercy cannot be achieved by the ladies of the heavenly planets, whose complexion and bodily aroma are like that of a lotus, what to speak of other women. So, Krishna is captivating the hearts of all ladies. That's his feature. His great Madana Mohana means the one who defeats Cupid. The one who defeated Cupid. So here's Radha Madana Mohan, the deities here. So Cupid, or Madan, Cupid's name is Madan, god of love. He has his arrows and he shoots and he pierces the hearts of young ladies and men, young boys, and as a result they fall in love with each other. So that's how the world is circulating, basically. That's what is going on here. Romeo and Juliet, Leila and Majnun, all those things. But Krishna is the defeater, of the Cupid. Conqueror of the Cupid. He is the one who defeats Cupid. He is the new Cupid. Madana Mohan. Mohan means one who charms Cupid. One who makes him forgetful. So Cupid, god of love in this material, he drops his bow and arrows. He cannot shoot. He becomes powerless. So that is Krishna. That is Krishna. So when we're chanting our mantras, those who have second initiation, we chant some mantras, and one of them is Kama Gayatri. So Kama Gayatri is the prayer for Madan Mohan Krishna, who is the conqueror of Cupid. Oh, please conquer our hearts also, so that our hearts switch from so-called love of this world, which is actually lust, to spiritual love for Krishna, in the mood of the gopis. So that's what we're praying about. So at the festival of Rasa, gopis were like golden vines wrapping around the black tamal trunk of tamal tree, represented, which represent Krishna, and that was attractive for everyone around. Lord Shiva became Gopeshwara Mahadev. Lord Shiva came. Lord Shiva wanted to join Rasa dance, but he was not able. Like, he received from Purnamasi Yogamaya, the personification of spiritual energy, who takes care of all Krishna Lila, of all the pastimes of Krishna. He received special benediction. You'll be able to go to the Rasa dance. So Lord Shiva in the gopi form came to the Rasa dance, and the gopis saw her. Oh, what new gopi is this? What's your name? What village are you from? Who are your parents? No, any gopi can answer those questions easily. But Lord Shiva was not given that information. He was just given like a costume, you know. like an actor who was not given the role. You don't know the role, but you're like, you know, a stupid situation. There was one funny story how the actor who was playing Hanuman, you know Hanuman? You must know Hanuman, monkey hero of Lord Ram. So he was late for the drama, and they took some, stage worker guy. Okay, you'll be Hanuman, right? You're Hanuman. You dress Hanuman, okay, quick. Okay, Hanuman, right? So, he was Ravana. He was Ravana, I think. He was Ravana. No? He was the demon Ravana. When he had to speak instead, he said, "Oh, leave me home. Let me go home. I'm such and such. I'm not Ravana at all." So he didn't know the role. So in that same way, Lord Shiva, he was not able to say anything. So the gopis became furious and, "You're imposter! You're imposter! You're standing here. You're spy." You know, so they started pinching him. You know, there's one thing they do in Vraj. It's called gulcha. You're giving him gulcha like this. So and then Lord Shiva was very unhappy. Oh, Purnamasi Yogamaya, please save me from here. Okay, so what can I do? I cannot participate in Rasa Lila. Yes, you cannot what to do, but you'll be given one very important task. You'll be the guardian of the festival of the Rasa dance. You'll be standing on the outside and be watching from the outside, and you'll be preventing all unqualified people to enter. So it's like guardian, you know. So sometimes, you know, when the god is standing outside of some, you know, festival, then he can listen to music, he can participate to some extent, but never go and dance. Never. So in that same way, Lord Shiva cannot go dance, but he can appreciate from afar. Same way, Lakshmi Devi is mentioned. You know Lakshmi, goddess of fortune. So she is always established in the on the chest of Supreme Lord Narayan. She is always massaging his lotus feet. So, but she was so much attracted to the rasa dance, so much attracted, and she wanted to enter. So attractive, you see, for everyone, captivated. Like, you know, someone is a horrible invalid, you know, but saw someone like Princess Diana, good memory, anyway. So Gurudev was giving that example, and by hook and by crook, I want to marry, but no qualification. So stay back and watch TV and be happy. Right, so in that same way, Lakshmi cannot. Lakshmi cannot. She also talked to Yogamaya. Yogamaya is the high court judge, the highest court judge, giving permission. You can or you cannot. So even Lakshmi cannot. Why? Because Lakshmi is thinking, I am the wife of Lord Narayan. I am devoted wife of one husband. But Krishna, you know, is dancing with koti. Koti means hundreds of millions of gopis. Hundreds of millions. And that's a great, great festival. So therefore, no one can enter without the sanction of Yogamaya. That's the highest pastime. So even Lakshmi, but she was instructed by Yogamaya, okay, I'll give you some possibility. You will have to make cow dung patties and stick them on the clay surface of houses. Right? Oh, that's dirty. Anyway, okay, I can adjust that. She's like a princess, making cow dung patties. You know, what's that? Right. And most significantly, you'll have to marry a gopa. You'll have to marry a cowherd. To marry a cowherd, you know, for a princess, like for Queen Lakshmi, this is completely unacceptable. I cannot do that. Because she has Brahmani Abhiman. So she's standing with folded hands from outside, 2-3 kilometers from Yamuna. On the other side is Vrindavan, and the Rasa dance area is there. So she's watching like this. That same Lakshmi who's casting coins, you know. You remember those pictures? Very popular for spiritual business people. So, but that same Lakshmi is observing Rasa dance from afar. She cannot enter. So that's the only place in the world she's not giving blessing, but standing herself with folded hands, praying for blessing, and just observing from. Narada, another person. Narada cannot enter Rasa dance. But he can accept, he can, how to say, meditate on the form of Naradi Gopi. And he can be close to Rasa dance, but also not. And there's one lake, Narada Kunda, pond, not far from Govardhan hill. And there, Narada Muni is eternally meditating on the Rasa dance, also from afar, etc., etc. So, what to speak of demigoddesses, the paradise, ladies from paradise, whose bodily odor is like that of lotuses, right? So they could see actually. It is said that from the spiritual airplanes, the heavenly airplanes, they could see Rasa Lila from above. But the husbands could not. Demigods, the men, could not. But the ladies could somehow. You see? So they could see, but they were so much attracted they cannot do anything. It's so nice, but cannot. They were casting flowers. All they can do. Casting. Now what to speak of worldly ladies? Like, remember we were speaking, in this planet, the earth element is most prominent. You know, this is earth. So much earth, we deal with earth, we grow, we reap the harvest, etc. So the earth has one quality. What is that? The smell. So everything is smelling here, you know. So if heavenly ladies, they have the order like that of the lotus, so the earthly ladies, well, you know better. So you need to use all the time of various chemical kinds. So in the Middle Ages they were not developed. Middle Ages are considered to be a very dirty period in Europe at least. So anyway, so then they took up some water procedures from some Eastern people, and then it's harmonized more or less. But previously in the history of ancient Europe, it was extremely anti-hygienic. But anyway, I mean to say that these ladies, you know, they also attracted, but they cannot. What to do? It cannot. But by using the methods of bhakti, then we can enter rasa dance practically. How? By hearing. Vikriditam vrajavadu biridam cha Vishnu shraddhan vitona shrinayata tavarnayedya bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabdya kamam hridrogam ashvapahinota chirena dhira. So one who hears the wonderful pastimes of the intimate rasa dance of Krishna and the gopis from the pure source of Shri Guru and pure Vaishnava, and then repeats Shraddhanvito with great faith over and over again, means, how to say, it should continue. We should not be silent, we should be telling others also. We should be discussing Raya-ramananda-samvad. Then, undoubtedly, bhakti will come to the heart in the same way as Krishna, good friend of that person, will come to his room, and the room is not ready, the room is dusty, messy, and the person is in bed, sick, cannot, given in a chair for Krishna, then Krishna will find a chair himself, he will take the duster and dust the chair, do the dusting, and then sit on that chair. So Krishna will do that. So first Krishna will come, actually. So that is called bhakti. So bhakti will come, and then all the diseases of the heart. So disease of the heart is what? Lust, you see. So desire to possess something in this material world, desire to enjoy, But it's always mixed. But no worries. Continue hearing, then bhakti will definitely come into the heart, and the disease of heart will come out after that. First bhakti will come, and then disease will go. In the same way as there's a dark room, but there's sunlight outside. So if you open the shuts or the doors, right, then automatically the room will be filled with sunlight, with the bright light, daylight, and then the darkness will go. So what is first? Will the light come first, or darkness will go? What do you think? Light will come first, and then darkness will leave. You can say simultaneously, yes, that's true, but the factor number one is the light. So the bhakti is coming into the heart. That's the first process, and then darkness of ignorance and lust will go. So there are some theories, and our Gurudev was very, very diligently against those theories, saying that, we have to be purified then, and then we should hear. No, if you hear from the pure source, then it's perfect. And our Gurudev was always saying something about this Mathurya, always saying something about Rasa, Lila, even. In every festival, actually. He was certainly building platform very, very nicely. He was starting from the first canto of Bhagavatam. Rasa Lila and all the Krishna's pastimes are described in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. So there are 12 cantos, right? They correspond to Krishna's transcendental body. And number 10 canto, which is the biggest and which is most important, is Krishna's lotus face and his smile specifically. So all those cantos, like first and second, are Krishna's lotus feet, coming up, heart, and then lotus face. So number 10 canto is lotus face. And by hearing the topics of 10th canto, yes, after the foundation was established, then definitely bhakti will come. There's no doubt. And Gurudev was stressing that, to hear or not to hear. There was a question, to be or not to be, Shakespeare-like question. To hear or not to hear. Gurudev was definitely saying, hear, you have to hear. And after you've heard, then bhakti will definitely come. Because that Harikatha will plant the seed of what? Raga, Nuga, or spontaneous attraction towards the Supreme. Certainly rules and regulations must be followed alone. But the seed for the development of the spontaneous attraction will be in the heart and will be growing. That's the amazing, unique input of Srila Gurudev to the preaching in the West specifically. So that's what we've imbibed from Srila Gurudev. That's what we have. So it's so amazing. So Tasam Avirabhuj Chauri Smayamana Mukhambuja Pitambara Dharasrabhi Sakshanman Mataman. That's a very sacred verse of the Rasa Lila. Chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam 10th Canto. There are 5 chapters. They're like central point of all the narrations about Krishna. So Krishna was dancing with the gopis when the moon of the Sharad season, of autumn season, was high. Krishna played his flute and he attracted all the gopis for the rasa dance. So Koti Gopi, huge amount of the gopis all ran to that place and they were dancing with Krishna. But then Bhagavan Kamadev, Cupid, the new Cupid, Madan Mohan, all of a sudden disappeared from the rasa dance, and he was alone with his Jemo's beloved Srimati Radhika. So together they were walking some time. They went to the area which is called Shringarvat, where Krishna was decorating her hair with flowers, very sacred place. And then Radhika was saying, I'm tired, cannot walk any further. So then Krishna said, climb on my shoulders. And when Radhika was ready to do that, all of a sudden Krishna disappeared. So Radhika was immersed in very, very deep separation, and she was lying down unconscious, like a golden doll. And then the gopis were walking the footsteps of Krishna, and they saw, there's one gopi walking along with Krishna. And here the footsteps of Krishna, the footsteps of the gopi disappeared. Here only the footsteps of Krishna are visible, and here they are pressed deeper into the ground. Probably he took her on his hands. And then the gopis said, Aranadita no nam, in that verse. They said, that gopi has been worshipped, must have been worshipped Krishna for many lifetimes, so she is the most fortunate. Right. There are different types of gopis. That verse was spoken actually by the left-wing gopis, by the group of Chandravali, the opposite group of Srimati Radhika. And there are 4 groups. Vipaksha is the opposite, and Swapaksha is the group of Srimati Radhika. And then Tatastha, neutral, but mostly inclined towards Chandravali, Radhika's rival. And Suhrit are friendly, more inclined towards Radhika. So two neutral, one group towards Chandravali, one group towards Radhika. So the gopis of Radhika's group, they were silent, they were not saying anything. They could recognize that was her Swamini, their mistress, but they didn't say anything. So was it that Krishna was shy before those gopis and he disappeared? Because he could hear the gopis were approaching, and he could have thought that, oh, they would be disturbed, and he disappeared. Yes, in that case it was so. But that was during autumn rasa dance. There are two rasa dances, autumn and spring. So Sharadiya and Vasanta. So in Vasanta rasa dance, or in the spring rasa dance, then Krishna did not disappear, Radhika disappeared. And Krishna was looking everywhere, looking for Srimati Radhika. So here Raya-ramananda is quoting first verses about autumn Rasa Lila, and is quoting verses about spring Rasa Lila, and he is explaining that in spring Rasa Lila the superiority of Srimati Radhika is even higher, is shown even higher, because Krishna was not hesitating. He left all the other gopis and he followed Radhika. He was searching for Radhika, left them all, and they were searching for him. So that's the highest. I'm running a bit forward. We'll be discussing that tomorrow. But today we'll be back a little bit, for a little while, with this verse. Sakshat Manmata Manmata. So when the gopis saw that Krishna had disappeared, they were trying to bring Radhika back to life. And then all of them, they sat on the bank of Yamuna and they started singing Gopi Gita, the Gopi song, in separation. Jayate dikam janmana vraja shrayati indira pratatrahi drishyatam dikshata vakas. In that song we were singing very, very wonderful things. Our beloved, you have abandoned us, and when we think about you, we see how fortunate the land of Raj is, just because you are walking down this land and you're decorating it with your footmarks. And we're so much disturbed because we're thinking that your lotus feet are experiencing so much pain. They're so gentle. When you walk down the paths of Vrindavan, which are filled with thorns, very sharp thorns and sharp-edged stones, chips. So we're so much disturbed by that. But we want to put your lotus feet on our breasts. So the gopis were singing that. And finally Krishna appeared before them, reappeared as the new Cupid. Sakshan Manmata Manmata. So Manmata is another name for Madan Mohan. Manmata. So at the end of Gopi Gita, this verse is presented. After the gopis sang the lament of separation, Bhagavan Madan Mohan, Sakshat means directly, Manmata, who churns and bewilders the mind of Kamadev, Cupid himself, suddenly appeared in the midst of the gopis wearing a golden yellow cloth, a garland of forest flowers, and a smile on his lotus face. So Krishna is always decorated by Pitambara, the yellow cloth, and he's decorated with a garland of the 5 kinds of forest flowers. What's that called? Vaijayanti. That garland is reaching his knees, and it's called Vaijayanti Mala. Varaha pidam natavaravapu karnayo karnikaram vibradvasa kanaka kapisham Vaijayantim chamalam randran venuradara sudaya pura and gopa vrinder Vrindaranyam Supadaramanam Pravishat Gita Kirti. That verse was sang by Srimati Radhika, and she is describing Krishna. So, in the love of the gopis, there is one very unique feature present. They give all their hearts, they give all the parts of their body, they give everything to Krishna. All of their bodies they give for Krishna. The gopis are not considering anything as important. Public opinion. Gopis, some of them not married, some of them married. They're having relatives, husbands. Yogamaya did very wisely. Yogamaya arranged for new bodies, like extra bodies for the gopis. So those bodies, they remained at home, and in their real bodies, the first bodies, they went to see Krishna for the rasa dance. So therefore, that unprecedented love is the love in the mood of the beloveds. So that is the highest part of Raya-ramananda-samvad, which is now coming up. So I'm anticipating the participation of the senior devotees tomorrow, day after tomorrow. If they come, then we'll continue. If not, we'll be speaking a bit less, but the same. So we can continue only if they come. But I'm sure they will come, Yudhvar Prabhu and others. Tomorrow, day after, hopefully. Kripasindhu Prabhu will be, yes, he will come tomorrow. So, Shri Raya-ramananda-samvad ki jai, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Raya-ramananda ki jai, Paramaradituma Gurupad Padma ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to Shri Raya-ramananda Prabhu, the dearmost associate of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for whose mercy, combined mercy, his and his, Gaurangas and Raya-ramanandas, that became possible. So, I want to finalize. I started that subject, but then I shifted a bit. So, Mahaprabhu is the ocean of rasa. The ocean of rasa, that is a great reservoir of pleasure, of rasa. But the ocean, has salty water. Salty water is not possible to drink. So therefore, Krishna mercifully designed a system that there are clouds, and water comes from the salty ocean to the clouds by the process of, alchemy, whatever, Krishna's arrangement. So it becomes spring water suitable for drinking. So therefore, when the rain comes on the surface of the earth, then all reservoirs are filled with water, and the plants and trees grow, and water flows everywhere, available for humans and everyone else. So, but what happens when the water comes on the surface of the ocean? You can ask, that is not logical. But if we consider that the ocean is the ocean of rasa, which means Krishna, then when the water coming from the rain cloud, who is who? Raya-ramananda. He is the rain cloud. Bhakta Megya. He is the Bhakta cloud. Bhakta cloud, ki jai. So from him, that water, which comes from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, comes, then the ocean becomes the ocean of ratna, of pearls. Because by the alchemical process, when the constellation of Swati Nakshatra is prevalent, then when the water from the sky, from the clouds, drop on the oysters, then pearls are produced by the process of alchemy. This is, well-known fact. Some other substances, like on the hoof of a cow, then Gorochana pigment is produced, like Gajamukta is produced when on the head of the snake, that rain, special rain of special period comes, then the snake pearl is produced, etc., etc. Gajamukta, elephant pearl is produced, and on the oyster, then oyster pearl. So then when the water from the cloud falls on the ocean, then all the ocean becomes the ocean of pearls. Because actually the ears of Mahaprabhu are like oysters. And when the words of the water from the cloud, they fall on those ear-like, oyster-like ears, Mahaprabhu, then pearls are produced. So, oh, what pearls in Raya-ramananda-samvad. Then, oh, Krishna is receiving shiksha or instructions from Vishakha Devi, the great friend, intimate friend of Srimati Radhika. So Radhika is known to her even better than Krishna, so that's what Krishna doesn't know, what's inside Radharani's heart, okay? So that's what the essence of Raya-ramananda-samvad is. If not for Raya-ramananda, we would not be ever able to hear this, we wouldn't have been able to hear all this. So all glories to Sri Raya-ramananda and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, trying to glorify them today. So I was trying to make you greedy. I hope Jason will also try to make it tomorrow. Very important. You'll never hear this from anywhere else. Our Gurudev's glories. So 2 classes left tomorrow, 5 o'clock, day after tomorrow, 9 in the morning, because our flight is day after tomorrow. Please try to come. And otherwise they will be available on YouTube. I'll just upload them. So I transmit it every time on Ustream. Okay, Shri Raya-ramananda-samvad ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Do you have any questions? Most welcome. I'm so happy we're hearing attentively. Thank you.
What kind of, you say it's kind of like your destiny to go to a certain area or station in the spiritual world. What kind of person would destiny be to go to Kailasha? Because I've just seen this Kailasha.
Oh, there are eternal associates of Lord Shiva there. Yeah. Kailash, this is like gateway to spiritual world. Yeah. Right after Brahmajyoti it comes. So we can say that Lord Shiva is also guardian of spiritual world in that same way as Rasadeva. So here some living entities eternally manifested there, and some yogis, yogi type of persons, they go there. Yeah. So they have some tendency for bhakti, otherwise you cannot go to spiritual world if you have no tendency for bhakti, but to some extent only. So they're Shiva bhaktas. But Shiva is who? Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. Amongst all the devotees, Shambhu or Shiva is foremost. He has his own sampradaya, also Rudra sampradaya, his spiritual school. So the Acharya is who? Vishnu Swami. So through Lord Shiva also spiritual succession towards Krishna is coming. So Shiva is one of the 12 Mahajans also. 12 great authorities in the universe. Swayambhu, Narada Shambhu, Kapila, Manu, etc. There are 12. So Shiva is one of them. So he's a great Vaishnava. And he's specifically for us, Gopeshwara Mahadev. He's very important. He's the guardian of the Rasa dance. So those people those personalities who are his eternal associates, and also by their tendency, naturally they go there. They cannot go higher because
that's just
they live on the second floor. They cannot live on the 100
And it's possible that someone in Krishna consciousness would go there as well?
Yeah, see, depends on the level of the character of Krishna consciousness, because ISKCON does very, very widely. Our Gurudev was also giving widely, but not as widely. Yeah. Mostly Rupa Goswami's Lotus Feet. Here in our Krishna Balaram Mandir Sevakunj Sangha, also very, 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 directly, pointing at 10. Okay, therefore, not for many people.
Yes. And also in Vaikuntha Loka, it says so many planets, innumerable expansions. Is it possible, would you be hopping from one to one maybe?
Hopping to?
So if he was on one planet, or is it a one planet? Or one expansion?
Hoping to do what?
Going from one
hopping,
to
one. No.
You stay in one?
You see, not possible, because Gopakumara, if you read my Gurudev's book, Going Beyond Vaikuntha, one book you remember, you can read. So that's a short, story, abridged version of Brihad Bhagavatamrita of Sri Sanatana Goswami on the journey of Gopakumar. So Gopakumar was born in Govardhan. He was a little boy, cowherd boy. But then he was visiting, remember Glaston we were mentioning, he was visiting abode after abode, and he was experiencing the, how to say, mood of that abode. But he was not happy until he came to Goloka Vrindavan. So that unprecedented story is like exemplary. Not that everyone goes in his footsteps. No,
Not everybody can.
not everybody can. There's no meaning.
Yeah.
You see, what's the meaning? You come to your abode. Like if you have ticket to Delhi, don't fly to New York. Don't fly to Tokyo. You know, it doesn't make sense. You should fly to Delhi.
And the Shima pastimes in Vaikuntha
Yes.
would be as such as any of the Shima pastimes that you would be experiencing there.
Yes, those who are Nrsimha Bhaktas, meditating on Prahlad as their guru, and they go to Lord Nrsimha. But for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, devotees of Mahaprabhu, Nrsimha is very important because he is Bhakti Vigna Vinashana. He's removing the obstacles from the path of bhakti, and he's removing also faults, multiple faults, anarthas of devotees. So if we have some problem with praying to Nrsimha, is amazingly helping. Just still echoing Nrsimha Chaturdashi on the 10th, amazingly helping, just amazingly, no comparison. So if you want your obstacles to be removed, pray to Nrsimha, you'll be fine. Right, okay. Thanks for your attention. Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. See you all tomorrow. До встречи завтра, друзья. Hare Krishna. Oh my God, my touchpad is gone, completely gone. I don't know what's